I know there's a lot more that still needs done, but even we need a break from time to time. If we push ourselves too hard, we're bound to break at the worst possible moment. If that happens, then there will be no one left to protect the tower. One of the guards, Blake, asked me to check a house under the highway that has red smoke pouring out of it. He's worried that Rise's goons might cause trouble for whoever's inside. As I was on my way to meet Alfie yet again, Khalik asked me if I could look for his glasses if I had a chance to. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. Alfie, I swear one of these days you're gonna get me killed. He's got this idea to improve our UV lights at the only two ways in and out of the ground floor. They keep the volatiles away when the dark hits, but it's a weak system with what we had on hand. Alfie's bright idea is to utilize the high-power lights that they tried to use on the Infamy Bridge to make a sort of firewall. The system failed, resulting in the bridge being somewhat destroyed by a missile instead. With the power back on, if you look at the bridge at night, you can see some of the lights are still working. I have one hell of a climb ahead of me. I swear to fucking God, Alfie, this is the last time I climb anything this tall for you. I made it up here alright. Found about 5 or 7 of the bulbs still working, so I took them out and climbed to the very top. While there's zip lines to get back down, I ain't going anywhere till, well, it's in the middle of the night. I suppose I'm stuck up here till morning. The shit I fucking do for people. Crane told me a story that is both hilarious and fucking stupid at the same time. Apparently, he was running through the southeast end of the slums when he heard a woman screaming. Upon investigating the building he heard the scream from, he heard a guy say it was his wife giving birth. He asked for 3 bottles of alcohol, then 3 more, and then 3 more each time, saying that they needed to disinfect everything so the kid wouldn't get the virus. Smelling a fish, Crane picked the lock to the room to find 4 fucking idiots drunk off their asses. Oh, idiots are gonna be idiots, even in an apocalypse, I swear to God. A gentleman in a suit somehow made it to the tower unscathed. Said he was working for a Mr. Vulcan Dahl and was looking for some runners to help Dahl's 2 lead engineers. Apparently they are a pair of twins with idiosyncratic personalities. They're holed up at the wheel station. Suppose I'll see if Jafar needs any help too while I'm there. After I met with the twins Tolga and Fatine, they asked me to get some hooks so they could hang equipment on heavy gauge zip lines. A rather jumpy guy by the name of Zaid asked me to find zinc and turpentine for these special UV flares that he makes. Apparently they're stronger than the ones from the airdrops. Lastly, Jafar told me he picked up some radio transmissions from Rise's idiots about finding something up at the old construction site. While they didn't say what it was, they did say it was capable of, quote, bringing down the whole tower in one shot. I'd say that warrants an investigation. Since I knew that the goon squad were going to be armed with more than mere machetes, I brought along a rifle I found in the back of one of the many cop vans we find littering the streets. It's a single action rather than an automatic, but it did the trick and wasted a lot less ammo than they did. This is one of the very few times I would use a gun, since any loud noises attract the infected like flies. When I went to search the makeshift buildings, one of them had a locked door, and the key was laying in one of the other nearby buildings. What was waiting for me inside? Dynamite. a lot of dynamite. Enough to give Wile E. Coyote several ideas. Note to self, keep this away from Raheem. Earlier, before I headed for the construction site, Derek told me that Rise's idiots were spotted looking pretty busy in the tunnel up north by the lake next to said site. That isn't normal for them, so I decided to go check it out. Turns out the only person there was a guy named Osman. He was looking for his brother Nazim, who, according to him, went to the supermarket to try and see if there was any food left to be found. That's a death trap waiting to happen. But Osman promised me access to one of their special secret stashes if I agreed to help his brother. I'll get my shopping list ready. As I was heading back to the wheel station, I heard a voice trying to get my attention from the nearby radio tower. The cliff next to it had a platform to allow an easy jump to the service platform where an old guy was waiting for me. According to Alexei, his son Christoph was sick of working for Rise, so he went to become a runner for the tower. I can only imagine how that's going. He asked me to find the boy and, quote, talk some sense into him, to come back to their little radio tower base. In my opinion, no one working for Rise is safe. But if I come across Christoph, I'll check on him just to make sure he's alright at the very least. I decided to check out the house with the red smoke since I was close by. When I knocked on the door, a guy opens it, hands me a list, and tells me to take it to Aziz at the bazaar and to tell him it's from Ryan. The list is a bunch of chemicals. Red phosphorus, lye, iodine, muriatic acid, diethyl ether, and phenyl nitrate. I tried calling Lena to get her opinion, but Amon picked up the radio instead. He told me the recipe was for cooking what's called slam, a type of drug that can keep Rise's goons up for days at a time. Since we need the phenyl nitrate, we're going to give Ryan his list, but replace the phenyl nitrate with a sleeping aid instead. Knowing Rise, those assholes could use the sleep. 2 birds, 1 stone. The warehouses that the hooks and the chemicals I was asked to find are in the middle of the rail yard, literally touching each other. Took a quick dive into one, then the other. Of course, it couldn't be as easy as that, since I had to fight off more of the Rise cheer squad. Fuckers were looking for more supplies and valuable shit, instead found the edge of my katana. Sometimes fighting them is therapeutic in a way. While I was gathering the chemicals for Zaid, Jafar called me over the radio and told me that they had a use for the dynamite. When I got back, he told me to talk with Kurt. Turns out, he has a plan to amplify the shit and use it in a way to mow down large groups of infected. All we need is a truck battery. From the truck that is currently hanging off the overpass. Brilliant. Truck battery? Check. Took several firecrackers to get the infected away from the damn thing. When I got back to Kurt, he gave me a scavenging list for metal scrap, sugar, and power cables. Easy enough, it didn't take me that long to round up the ingredients. The only question that remained was how to go about testing it. Turns out there's a tunnel nearby with a barricade at one end making a nice little nest for volatiles. But I had to wait for night to come before it was anywhere near safe enough for me to get even close. Let's just say it was a fucking hell of an explosion! Kurt liked the results enough to scale it down to more of a handheld bomb made out of tin cans. The firecrackers attract the zombies, the bomb makes them no more. This is a very, very useful new tool. Jafar got wind of a recording playing constantly over the radios. A guy named Hansen used to run security at the tower before there was a disagreement on how things should be done. He took any who followed him and went out to form their own base with tighter security. However, according to the transmission, something went wrong. I went north to find a 7-story apartment building with electrified scaffolding around it and all the doors locked. found Hansen dead outside one of the 3 generator shacks nearby. Looks like he took a fall and the biters got to him. This wasn't recent by the looks of it. After I turned off the generators to the building, I climbed to find the survivors. Every single one of them dead.
This is Seref. It seems we've run out of options. 2 weeks ago, Hansen fell off the scaffold right after switching on the security system. But now the entire building is electrified, and we've been trapped up here ever since. No one's responded to our distress calls, and we've run out of supplies. The only thing left is some cyanide that Hansen thoughtfully brought with him. Anyway, given the choices, we've all decided to go this way. There was talk of trying to go cannibal, but then we'd just be smarter versions of biters. Better this way. Besides, how smart are we for allowing Hansen to leave us stranded up here in the first place? Thanks for finding us, whoever you are. Sorry for the mess. Seref, Hassan.
The damn building still has the automated announcements playing through the speakers out in the parking lot. The noise has a giant collection of Zeds staying close. Not that I'm fucking surprised. When I went round back to try to get in because the front doors were barricaded, I could hear Nazim shouting inside because the poor bastard was being tortured. Thanks to a bomber, the building started going up in fucking flames. The dumbasses got away, leaving me to deal with the zombie runners while getting a nice shower from the store's fire suppression system. Nazim told me they were going after his brother next because that was what they were torturing him for. Though they beat me to Osmond, it wasn't really an issue taking care of them. He gave me keys to 3 separate stashes throughout the slums as a thank you for the help. A looting I shall go! All I wanted to do was take a few minutes and relax. Apparently I can't fucking do that, thanks to Christoph. Io filled me in when I got to the runner's lounge that the kid was sent on a recon mission out by the newly constructed skyscraper. As I got close, I heard Christoph start calling over the radio asking for help. Kid got himself stuck in a bus that was bashed through the wall of the local motel and decided to keep revving the fucking engine like it was gonna work. All it did was call a horde of fucking Zeds. They're dead, the area is now a safe house, and I need a fucking break. Something tells me that's not gonna happen till I talk to Alexei first. When I went to go talk some sense into Alexei's head, a group of rises crashed a van through the front gate to his base. 5 dumbasses spilled out of it, weapons drawn, saying they were there to eliminate Alexei's contract with Rise, stating they had more than enough machetes. That may be true, but they have no fucking clue how the hell to actually wield them properly. With 5 dumbasses now littering his floor, Alexei agreed to meet his son at the tower. I need a fucking vacation after this. With things taken care of at the tower and wheel station, I think it's time I turned my attention to the fisherman's village down by the Infamy Bridge. See if they need any help down there, and if not, perhaps spend some me time catching some fish. Nothing more calming than the shore of a river. When I arrived at the village, I saw a guy trying to tighten up the chains keeping the front gate shut. What surprised me were the gas tanks sitting next to him. Upon asking him why he felt the need to weld the gate shut, he told me that someone had already cut the chains once, letting Zeds in. He said the nut job in a gas mask that lives up by the lake came and cut through them, and several people witnessed it. Before I walked away, I was asked to, quote, do something about him. First, I want to get the story straight, from the horse's mouth. A pair of women were bashing on a hut door and yelling for someone. When I asked what the ruckus was about, they told me about how the one sister was thrown out of the village by a man named Harun. Her 2 children went out to look for her, and only the daughter, Yasmina, came back. Now Yasmina fears she's going to be thrown out as well. I tracked down Haroon under the infamy bridge like a troll, where he defended his actions, saying that the mother was infected and she had to go. I asked Yasmina what happened to her brother, and she told me that Jamil was hiding in, quote, the house with red flowers by the tunnel. After I find him, I'll look for their mother. From what Yasmina told me, there are still some sick fetishists left in this city.